Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the next episode of our playthrough of Dawn of the Zeds by Victory Point Games, one of my more enjoyable solo games in my opinion, and another great game from Victory Point Games. I'm going to get started with a couple of corrective comments, statements from the last episode. I did have a few things that I want to touch on. First off, I got a lot of feedback in both, well, I got some feedback on posts, I got some feedback via messaging and things like that. There's a lot of contradictory things. It just shows you that some of the rules in this game are up for interpretation, even though I think most of them are very clear. Anyway, people tend to interpret it a little differently. But one thing I do know is that when you roll doubles, like double fives for example, on the scavenge roll with Mr. Johnson, on the forge action, I did look it up, you would actually get double the reward as well if you rolled doubles, but it had to be double fives or sixes, which would mean we would have had slightly more ammo, but we also lost some, so I think I'm going to leave it alone at 5. I think I didn't spend one I should have, so I think we're even there. Also, with Bouncing Betty, she doesn't come back in the hospital like this. She, as far as I understand it, in the basic game, even though it says you need the markers, the tokens for the hospital, I think what happens in the very basic game is Betty comes back in her wounded side in the town center, and that's it. So there was also another one that was about taking damage, but I think it ended up a wash. So I'm going to leave the rest alone. I did make those 2 corrections or notes anyway, and we're going to continue on with our playthrough. So let's get to it. Now we got quite a bit to do. We're about to draw our next event card and see what tragedy befalls the city of Farmingdale, or the town rather, as we try and survive this zombie attack. Now remember, the mission of the game is not to kill all the zombies, because you can't. The mission of the game is to survive until the military arrives, National Guard, to save your bacon. And that's what we're trying to do. We got 13 turns left to make that happen and see if we can survive. And here we go. Let's see what our next event card is. Now remember, in the very basic game, we ignore these first 3 pieces. That's for the next segment, some of them anyway. And then we're going to go straight to the Zeds portion. Well, that is not great, right? It says, oh, this is not good for us. It says the highway track, the suburbs track, and the mountain track are all going to move. Not terrible on one of those tracks, but one of them it is. And then it says, at the beginning of the phase, make a fate draw. Okay. Select a civilian or hero unit on the fated track, but not in the town center or the street or the start space. It immediately suffers a Zed's hand-to-hand attack on the equal to column with normal infection increase, etc., train shifts, etc. Okay. If it was a defiant civilian unit, it's no longer defiant. We don't have to worry about that. And 2, you suffer losses only and does not retreat. Okay. So we'll deal with that. Then there's those Z, and the other Z are for the cooperative game. So we're not going to deal with that, but we get to do our very first fate draw. Now the fate cards give us 2 things. They're going to give us a direction on where this attack is going to occur, but they're also going to give us a fate card, which is usually a good thing. So what do we get? We get adrenaline supply discovered. Nice. Hold for later. Play during the action phase to get +2 actions. And it says where in the suburbs. So we do have units on the suburb track, civilian units. We have 2 to be exact. So I am thinking, and I'm going to put this aside for the moment, I'm thinking since we have to do this on the suburbs track, we'll do it, it's an even. So we're going to do this one here, because if we suffer a loss there, we have an equal chance of suffering a loss regardless, but we do get our train shift, so it'll be hand-to-hand. Human advantage. So we're going to get human advantage right here. Let's see what we get. Hopefully they don't die. Well, a 9. They're probably not. Well, they are going to take a point of damage and die. So that's okay, because that's the way it goes. Anyway, yeah. So these guys here are going to suffer 1 more point of damage, which will kill them. Which means we need to make a roll for them to see if they end up back in the town center. They do not. They go to, unfortunately, well, it's kind of cocked, but it looks like a 3 to me. So I'm going to say that this civilian unit is kaput and goes to the cemetery. That would have been a lot worse for us if that was that 4 strength unit there. It would have flipped and become weaker. We don't really want that. Okay, because we are going to have movement on the suburbs track. So that is the end of that piece. That's all that happens there, and we did get this adrenaline supply, so that is good. Now we're going to move on to the actual movement. So we'll start with the suburbs, the highway track rather, which is going to have a lot of activity because this one is going to beat move into that unit there. Now they are weak, guys, so we might lose 2 civilian units this turn. That would be terrible. Let's take a look at that. So hand to hand, it's 4 to 1, so they're going to be Zeds times 3. They do get, they're in a street space, so they don't get any shifts for being in a defensible area. They're just going to take the hit, which means they're likely to die unless we roll really good. A 7 is not going to be really good, so Z times 3, the Zeds take no damage, and this unit is killed. Let's see if they come back. They do not. That's second unit into the graveyard, guys. That was very, very bad for us. So we have 2 units now in the graveyard, and then for the next suburb movement we'll have that. Okay. It doesn't say though to spawn on the tracks. It just says we're going to do this movement. So that's not, that could have been worse. Okay, now we're going to move on to the suburbs track from the highway track. Now we are going to have this unit here. This is a strength 5 unit. It's going to move into there for hand-to-hand combat. I think we're going to have him fight the civvies, or do I have him fight? Let's look at Sheriff Hunt. He does have martial arts, gets a reroll. He's tough, but they don't take as many hits. They're going to fight the civilian unit. So it's a 5 to 4, which means Zed's advantage, but we do get a shift. So we're going to be on the equal to column in this hand-to-hand combat right there, and unfortunately the sheriff doesn't get to contribute anything. So I want to take a moment just to debate on whether or not this should be the sheriff, but we're going to stick with the civilian unit. An 8, that's going to be pretty good because we're going to be on the equal to, so an 8's going to be in our favor. We are going to take another hit, unfortunately, but they took 2 hits, as you can see there. So 2 more hits to the Zeds. Let's do that. So they already got 1, so 1, and then flip. That's where we're going to be right now. So it drops down to a 3. Let me just make sure. I had 1 damage, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 2, or 1, 2 rather, and flip. Yeah, so that's where we're at. All right. And then our guys here are going to take another hit, which means they're going to flip as well down to a 2. We're getting some heat on us here, but the Zeds do retreat on that attack, so they go back to the Farmingdale University where we can attack them. However, one of the drawbacks to this is they're going to move next, and then they're going to stack. So now we have 6 strength unit there, but we got Sheriff Hunt. He can do some damage. All right, that is the second track on the card. We still have the mountain track to go. Let's look at that one. This one isn't so bad. There's a really weak 2 strength unit just moving to Lefty's Pass. I mean, if I really want to, our guy can take, Mr. Johnson can take care of them there. And then that is going to be it for the Zeds movement. So let's take a look at the rest of the card now. So we're going to get 2 actions. It's going to put us up to 2. Not sure if that's going to be enough for us. I do have this adrenaline supply. Let's think about it. We could do a lot of damage if we use the adrenaline supply this turn to give us 4 total actions. We'll get 2 event actions. Let me think. It says during the action phase, so I don't have to do it now. Let's see how we play this out, and then we'll determine that. So here's a problem. These guys are just in a street. That's really bad. We got to push these guys back somehow, which I think means we're going to move Betty. Again, now when she is wounded, she's still going to get human times 2 to attack. So why don't we spend our first action, and she will move to 1, 2, and 3 to there. She's got a movement of 4, so she can get there easily. And then she's going to, we'll use a second action for her to do a melee attack at Zeds times 2. Maybe we can push back into, because she can follow it into the nuclear power plant, which would be helpful in defense. So we're going to get human advantage, human advantage times 2. Let me think if this is the right move, because that'll put us no further actions other than our player action. Yeah, I'm still going to go through with this and see how it goes. Let's see what we get. Oh, nice roll, Betty. Okay, finally. So human times 2 and 11. She's not going to take anything. The Zeds are going to take 3 and get pushed back. So what does that mean? 1, 2, 3, and they flip. She comes to here. Now it's still going to be Zeds times 2, and then she gets to follow up with an attack again. Remember, she can keep doing that. Does she have to keep moving? Heedless. When she wins a hand-to-hand combat against, she moves. So if she wins this combat, she will continue to move, which means she could end up going into this space and attacking this larger unit again. Anyway, let's roll and see what she gets. 6, ooh, not as good. But she will win that, I think. Let's see. Human times 2, so she's going to take... no, that's going to put her back in near death. This one will take another point of damage and get bounced back. Now, wait, she attacked. I don't think you get it. When you're attacking, you don't get that shift, that right shift. Only when you're defending. So she pushes it back, but now she's going to go back to the town center. Let me look at her card again. So she has this ability of Deathless. When she makes a saving roll, she can roll 2 dice and choose the better outcome. So we're going to do that. Hopefully she doesn't die. She does not. Easily gets back to the town center, but she's still on her wounded side. Anyway, that was pretty effective. So I do think we're going to, I know it seems early in this, but we're going to burn this card already and get those 2 points back because we got things we got to do. I still have my player action to go. I could just double down on the downtown space and really defend it well and let these guys come up there because there's a 2 shift here, or I could move a unit to the nuclear power plant. Like our VFW locals have a 3 movement. They could go 1, 2, 3. They couldn't get all the way there though. These guys could with a 2 and defend that spot. Anyway, here's one thing we will absolutely do. We're going to have Sheriff Hunt use his leadership skill, and we're going to have these guys take a shot. They're strength 2, but why not? It doesn't seem like it's going to hurt us to do this. So we're going to take that. We're going to do a shot on the 2, so they need to roll 8 or better to do any damage. They're going to shoot at this wounded unit. 4, 5, 7. That's not going to do it, right? No. So they just shot and missed. Typical of that unit there, but that's what we did. Okay, let's see. We got 2 actions in our player action left to go. What do we do? What do we do? Do I advance into the nuclear power plant with that 2.2 strength civilian unit? I don't know. That seems like a move because they're going to be strong coming in there. We need some gunfire. That's what we need. But I got Captain Piazza up here as well. So, let's do this. Let's take 1 action for sure to have Sheriff Hunt shoot into this group. So we'll take one of those other extra actions. He's going to shoot there. Remember, he's got long range. Doesn't matter. It's all going into the next space. And he's going to be a strength of 5. So that is really solid. Let's see. Gun combat strength of 5. Come on, Sheriff. Let's do it. 6. Or 7, rather. That's going to be okay with a strength of 5. It's going to be 2 points. So I think that will kill this unit. Yes, so 2 points will kill that one. Had a lot of activity going on there, so we just got this wounded 3 unit. We're good there. Okay, we got 2 actions left. What do we do? What do we do? Captain Piazza could take a shot at this one. Try and weaken it before it gets there. I'm not too worried about our guy, Mr. Johnson. Well, actually, if he shoots that one and clears it, well, I got to lower our ammo because we shot. Actually, we shot twice. I forgot the civilians using shot as well. So I think we need Mr. Johnson. We're going to spend an action for him to scavenge. That'll be our last normal action. Come on, Mr. Johnson. Let's get a good roll. A 6. That's good. Double 6s would have been better, but we're going to get 2 ammo for that. Let's just back up to 5. Good job, Mr. Johnson. We can't clear out of that space, that's for sure. Almost want to use our player action to take a shot at them, but I'm more worried about this track here. I mean, we got it kind of under control in the Suburbs track, a little less under control on the Forest track because there's a pretty strong unit coming our way. If we don't shoot them down, I think could have Captain Piazza shoot. She would be at a strength 3 there against that 5 unit. We could at least damage it. I think we're going to do that. We're going to spend our player action. So it is spent now to have Captain Piazza shoot at that 5 strength unit. This basic game really just means we're going to unspend our actions here and prepare for the next round. So let's do that and draw our next event card. Are we going to survive 13 rounds? This game is hard, guys. It's meant to see if we can do it. Now she's going to be the strength of 3 based on her sniper ability. If they're adjacent, they're adjacent. Oh, sorry, strength of 2 because they're adjacent. So that's not going to be fantastic. But oh, wow, double 1s. That is a big giant goose egg there. Wow, that was a total waste of ammunition and actions. That is going to be the end of our phase, so we're going to go into our cleanup phase now. Okay, let's draw our next event card and see what we... Forest Night Assault. Well, I should have seen this coming. And we're going to flip all the way there, so it's going to be movement on the Zeds track. 1 movement. At the beginning of the phase, Okay, don't worry about infection. Place a new Zeds on the force track start space. Let's do that. And defending units do not receive a terrain shift this turn. A 6 unit goes on the force track right there. So no defending terrain shift because it's a night assault. So first thing that's going to happen is this unit's going to move into there. These guys are no longer going to be defiant. And then we're going to have a battle with Zed. Looks like, I think, yeah, it's going to be Zed's advantage because we're not getting a terrain shift. So it's going to be Zed's advantage. That is bad. For a good roll here, 5, 6, 8. What is an 8 going to give us on Zed's advantage? It's going to work in our favor. Well, sort of. So the Zeds are going to take 2 damage. We're going to take 2 damage, and the Zeds are going to retreat. So 1, 2. They're just going to have a 2-point damage on them. We unfortunately are going to flip this unit. They're now straight 2. We're going to have to get some help up there, I think. And then next thing that's it for the night assault attack part. That's done there, but we do have to do our movement. So this one's going to move to here. Now we got a stack there, and this one moves up to there. That's it. And then we're going to get 2 actions for this card. Night Assault has 2 actions on it. And we did then this part and our movement. So we are done. Wow. Getting kind of rough on us there. I mean, it's probably going to be that Captain Piazza is going to want to shoot that one 2 away. Let's see. Oh, 3 spaces away. Yeah, 2 spaces away is her ideal shot right there. But the other one that's adjacent, that is not good. However, we could have, you know what we could have done? She has this Overwatch. After she makes gunfire attack, she may withdraw. I would have done that, guys. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to take that back. I forgot about that because this would have given us a better tactical advantage when she's shooting into this space here because she can hit that 5 unit with her optimal attack. Okay, let's get on to the actions. And we got 2 actions: our player action, our leadership action. Not too worried about that track. That night assault was kind of bad for us. So let's take our first action with Captain Piazza up there. So I reduced our actions by 1. She's going to shoot. Let's take a look at that. She's going to shoot at that 5 strength unit that's damaged. Let's see if we can kill it. So she's going to be, remember, she's 2 away. That's going to give her gun combat strength of 4. Let's see what she gets here. Come on. Oh my gosh, that couldn't have been better. A 12. Let's see what that's going to do on the strength 3, is it? Strength 4. Strength 4 attack with 12. She's going to do 3 damage. I think that will do it. Let's see. 1, no, 2, 3. That's what they're going to look like right now. That was really effective, and she's going to then remain there. Okay, now they're seriously damaged, though we still have a lot of problems up in that space. Okay, and I got to reduce our ammo down again. We're down to 3 ammo. I'm going to need Mr. Johnson to scavenge, so we'll do that with our next action. I'd like to get 12s there. That'd be nice. 4 and a 6, so nothing. We got nothing from that action. That means we're down to 3 ammo right now. Do I take my player action and do that again? Do I take my player action and shoot with Captain Piazza again? Do I move Bouncing Betty? What do I do? This is starting to get tight on us, guys. I might move the VF. See, I got 2 real troubled areas here and here. The VFW is in the town center, getting ready to take action when we need them. Tempted to give, they're there. They're in a good place. These guys aren't going to move up. They got at least 2 spaces to go before they get to us. So I think we're okay. There, I do think the biggest trouble is going to be right there. So we are going to go down to 2, I think, ammo. We're going to shoot again with Captain Piazza. See if we can take out that 4 strength unit, because it's still pretty strong. Okay. She got a 6. That probably will do it. Let's see, 6 on the strength 4 track. Oh, only 1. So this is going to go to 2. Boom, but it is seriously damaged. That if we get another forest track event, we're going to be in some trouble. And that is going to be all of our actions, unfortunately. So we are done for this phase. We're going to do some cleanup. Turn over. Oh, I got my leadership action down here. Do I want to use it? We could back up to the bridge, start backing them up. Now, but that won't be able to move the sheriff. Well, I could use 1 more ammo. Just strength 2, that's kind of weak. I think we'll hold fast there, guys. I think we'll hold fast. Just let them come to us and see what happens. We'd be equal there on a 3 and 3, so we'll have it would normally be Zed's advantage, but it's going to be equal to if I use, or it could be humans times 3 if I use the sheriff if they come into that area. So we'll see. We're going to leave it alone for now. That's going to be it. I'm going to skip, well, the leadership action. We're in a namespace, and someone reminded me of this. Thank you. I can't remember who it was, but I could use the leadership action to scavenge, so we might as well do that. It is, after all, better than nothing. Now, we're going to need to get a 6 in any other namespace. We did not. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Now, if this was in a more advanced game, we would have gotten supplies for that 5, a supply, which would have been helpful, but we're not. So, that's it for that. So I did use it. Didn't work. We're going to refresh our 2 items, then we're going to go back to our event. Okay, now we're going to go to our event phase. Let's see if we get Mountain Night Assault. I think we've had all the Night Assault comes out. Night Assaults come out. Okay, so we're going to go all the way to here. We're going to have movement, but it says the beginning of the phase. We're not worried about affection this game. Place a Zeds unit on the mountain track. All right, let's see what we get. A strength 4 unit comes out on the mountain track right there. And then we're going to have mountain track movement. So we will have this one move into the space. It's 2 versus 3 with Mr. Johnson. We have a couple things we could do. When a Zeds unit or the Zeds mob enters a space, he may roll a die. We're going to definitely do this. It says conduct normal hand-to-hand combat, or they take damage and Mr. Johnson withdraws. Or I can just fight them. Nah, he's better. This kind of sucks, but we're going to do that. We're going to roll a die, and hopefully he gets a good roll on his traps roll. And if he withdraws, he can shoot and come back into the lefty's pass, kill him. 6! Oh, that's going to do it. So 1 point. Doesn't kill him, but it does do a point of damage on them, and then Mr. Johnson's going to retreat there. He will fire into that space next turn and kill him. Or this turn, rather. Even though we're only going to get 1 action. Okay, and then we're going to have 1 more movement on the mountain track. There is our movement, in our Night Assault movement, and then we're going to get 1 action plus our player action and our leadership action there. All right, well, I think, yeah, so for this turn, we definitely don't want to leave Lefty's pass unattended. So Mr. Johnson is going to shoot into Lefty's pass. Remember, he has got heavy weapons. He gets a 2 shift, and he's a strength 3, so it's like this equivalent of a strength 5. Let's see what he gets up there. A 6 is not going to be enough to kill the unit. It is going to go take 1 more point of damage, and it's going to flip, and then take another point of damage. No, 2. It took 2, yeah. So it took a point of damage and flipped, and that's it. Okay, that was not great. What are we going to do for our next action? We got to clear that space. Do I want to use my player action on him shooting again or not? I mean, if they move again, he's going to have to fight him again and then withdraw, which I don't really want to have happen. I need him in that space. We need ammo. Oh, I shot, so I'm down to 1 ammo, guys. We got a lot going on. This is very bad, very bad. Okay, I think next we're going to try our hand with the leadership token and see if we can have that unit scavenge there and get something. Bring to this unit here. No. Okay, well, it's worth a shot. And then I think we're going to use our player aid to see if Mr. Johnson can get us some ammo there. He still gets 2... No, do you have to be on a namespace? Other namespace. He's not on a namespace, so he can't do that. Gosh. Okay, so that's not going to happen that way. What else can I do? I can have Captain Piazza shoot using our last ammo. That would be... I mean, it would help if she can kill that unit there. I think we'll do that. Okay, we're down to... We have no ammo at this point, but we're going to get a shot here. See if we can do this unit in. Let's see what we get. Ah, 5. Come on, Captain Piazza. That means... Oh, they're already at a 2, so I think we're going to kill him. Let me see. She's on strength 4. A 5 is 1 point of damage. That's enough to kill these guys. They're already at 2 on their weak side, so they're gone. That was helpful, even though it used up an ammo. Okay, that's going to be the end of our turn again. Wow, we're running through these turns pretty quickly. A lot's happening, though. Let's continue on. We're going to clean up. Man, I got to get Mr. Johnson back over to the Lucky Strike mine, don't I? Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, no! One of our special cards, Brains. Conduct this special turn only. Okay, no, we're not going to worry about that. That's co-op. We're not going to worry about that. That's infection. All tracks activate with each Zed advancing 1 space only. However, if a Zed's unit activates results in a combat that it wins, it immediately advances again. After activating a Zed unit, the special turn is over. Draw the next event card. So we're going to get 2 event cards this turn, and this is not going to be good. So let us start then with the forest track here. Okay, this 2 unit's going to move there. It's going to engage this 2 unit, but it doesn't say we don't get a shift, so we're going to have humans advantage on this roll here. Let's see what we get. An 11 is going to be great. Humans advantage 11. We take no damage. They take 3. That will be enough to kill this unit. That unit is dead. And then we will advance this one space. That wasn't too bad. Over on the mountain track, we do have this unit advancing to Mr. Johnson. Do I want to use traps? Yeah, because he can move all the way there. We're going to try the traps again and see what he gets. A 3. So we conduct hand-to-hand combat as normal. That's fine. So we're going to roll our 2 dice. He is at 3, they are at 1, so it's human advantage times 3. We rolled a 7. I think that's going to be okay. A 7 at humans advantage times 3 is going to be 3 damage to them, no damage to him, so it'll be enough to kill this unit. This is turning out to actually be okay, isn't it? Okay, that was that. So then we have this unit will move up there. Okay. Yeah, 1 to 3. That's human advantage times 3. Yep. Okay, and then just making sure I did that right. And then down here, this group is simply going to move up here. And then over on the Suburbs track, we have some action as well. This unit's going to move here. We're going to have equal to attack here, 2 versus 3, but we get the 1-point shift. So it would have been Zed's advantage, but we're moving to equal to. So this could be the end of this unit here. 7 versus, and equal to is a 2-2 with the Zeds retreating. So this unit will get killed. This unit's going to have 2 damage on it and retreat. Now we got to roll for this unit to see if it goes in the graveyard or back to the town. A 5. Thankfully, this goes back to the town on its wounded side. So it's time for Sheriff Hunt to decide what he wants to do there on that track. We're losing ground. And what does this say? After activating all Zed units, the special turn is over. Okay, none of them won the attack. There's good news there. None of them won. So that is going to be the end of that. We're going to draw our next event card immediately. Tough Zeds. Oh, it's going to be a 2 on the mountain track. Oh no, Mr. Johnson. Okay. Yeah, but we're going to get 3 actions. It says at the beginning of the phase, place a new Zeds unit on the mountain track start space. Okay. What do we get? We get a 5 right there on the mountain track. And then it says to place a tough marker on the strongest unit. Do I have a tough marker? Let's see. Trained. I don't know if I do. I'm going to have to go grab one. Yeah, I'm going to have to get a tough marker. I didn't say to use those, but we are going to use them. So let me get that. Here is a tough marker. It says place the tough marker on the strongest regular Zeds unit. Well, that is good. That is going to be this one. So this one is now tough, meaning that it has the same toughness roll that our characters get. If you flip it over on the other side, it says 1, 2, 3 cancels hits. I'll just put it on that side. That'll be easier to remember. If I can get it to work right. There we go. Okay, then it says, and we're going to have 2 movements on the mountain space, so the Lucky Strike mine is screwed for us. It says, until eliminated for each hit, take 1 and on a, hold on, place, oh yeah, okay, your choice if there's a tie, unit, until the unit's eliminated. It's the same thing as our normal card. Okay, so that's that, but we do have 2 movement then on the track. This is not going to be a great turn for us. Okay, so this 4 unit's going to come into his space. It's going to move 2, and we're going to have we're going to use his traps for sure. We're going to be backing up. Unfortunately, let's hope we get a point of damage on him. A 4, we did. So what happens is this unit takes a point of damage from the traps, and Mr. Johnson backs into the campgrounds with this wounded unit here. And then next up, we're going to have this unit go 1, 2 to Lefty's pass. We're losing ground, guys. It is happening. Remember, this is not about winning. This is about surviving. So while we're still surviving, we are taking some hits. Okay, and that is then going to be the end of the Zed's turn. Now, again, there's some things we're not going to do on this card. We're not going to do this, for example. So we're okay there. And then we're going to get 3 actions. That is good because we need them, but we have no ammo. That's bad. So we know that for our first action, we're going to spend one of our actions to have Mr. Johnson scavenge. because we don't have any ammo. We need some ammo, so come on, Mr. Johnson. Let's see. Let me think about that first. Yeah, I'm sticking to that. Let's do that. A 6. Great. We got 2 ammo for... Or, no. Take it back. That's just a namespace. So we got 1 ammo there. It's better than none. Is Mr. Johnson going to be the one to use it? That's the question of the day. I could have... No. We need Sheriff Hunt to use it and kill this unit there and clear the track, since we don't have any more civilians to help defend it. So the biggest problem we have is this track here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to make a big stand at the campgrounds. So for my next action, I'm going to have these guys go 1, 2, and 3. They can move 3 and show up there. Oh wait, I can't do that. Darn it. You can only have a 2-unit limit. Well, then I guess we're going to let Mr. Johnson use his ammo and shoot that Zed unit and see if we can kill it. Now remember, he is at a strength 3, but he's going to be a strength 5 because his heavy weapons on the gunfire attack. Come on. 3, 4. Even on strength 5, that's going to do 2, so that's helpful because it's going to go 1 and then 2 and then flip them over. So now it's a strength 1 unit. Now we can take it on. Okay. Not great, but our ammo's out again. So what do we do now? We got 1 more action left. Okay, we don't have any ammo, so I'm going to use leadership to try and get these guys to scavenge. Oh, there's nobody there to do it. He can't do it. Do I retreat him and give up Beauville? Go back to the bridge? Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to use that action to go 1, 2 to here. That's our third action. Let me see. Scavenged. Shot that. Yeah, now I just got our player action. We're going to give up Beauville, guys. We're giving it up, letting him come on. Go back to the bridge there where I can get a civilian unit down to him quickly. And then for our player action, spend our player action. Now I can use his leadership because it says once per in a space on or next to him. No, there's nobody next to him yet. I think I'll use our player action though. We're going to take this unit here and we're going to move it down to the suspension bridge where Sheriff Hunt and the VFW are going to try and stop them, the Zeds, from coming on there. That's going to be all of our actions. And now I can take the leadership action with them if I wanted to and have them scavenge the bridge. I might as well. Boom. We're going to do that. We have to roll 6. Not likely. Nope. Okay. So they tried though. And that is going to be the end of that. Do I go another turn, guys? Let's see. We'll do another turn. Okay, let's end it here. We got this and this reactivated. That's it. We're going to draw our next event phase. Let's see what it is. Shh. I know they're out there. Okay. So there's only movement on Z start spaces, and there is none. Gunfire and hand-to-hand attacks are prohibited this phase. Move actions cannot end with a player unit in the Zed's controlled space. So we're being sneaky this turn, but we get 3 actions, so we know what we're going to be doing with them. We can't go into hand-to-hand combat with them, and no Zeds are moving. So we get a quiet turn with 3 actions. What are we going to do? We're going to do a lot of scavenging, I think. What else can we do? We can do some... Okay, this is a round where we get to do some rallying and some movement. Let's see. Okay. We got a total of 4 actions, so we'll spend our first action. Mr. Johnson's going to scavenge. He is up here. Come on, Mr. Johnson! A 5, that's just going to give him 1 ammo. Wait, a 5 is not going to give him ammo there. So nothing. Dang it. Second action, we're going to do the same. No, okay, just spent the second action. I got to think about what we're going to do with it. Yeah, let's try again with 6. No, oh my gosh. Okay, this is hurting us. We don't have any ammo. We're totally drained. Alright. I think we're going to spend our next action to have this unit move down here with that unit there just to... No, take it back. Take it back. We're going to have this unit back up into here. We're just getting tight, guys. It's getting tight for us. That'll be our third action, or that next action. Okay. Did 2 scavenged, failed, and I moved the unit. So now our player action. Leadership, we're going to have these guys try and scavenge. No, of course not. Wow, this could have gone a lot better for us, guys. We got a lot of wasted actions here trying to get ammo. Got 1 action left. I mean, I kind of need Mr. Johnson to do his thing, but a little concerned about that. Need to get some defensiveness down here. So we use our player action. We'll set these guys up here. I think now we're defended. If that unit on the mountain track comes to us, we're okay. This wasn't a great turn. It could have done so much more if we had some luck with getting some ammo. Now we don't have any ammo again. Alright, well that's the end of that. That was a quick turn. I'm going to unspend our actions. There was no Zed movement. Now we're going to be in trouble, I'm sure. Go one more. See what happens. A hero arrives. Okay, this is not a terrible thing. Got a lot of movement though. This is the beginning of the phase. Place a new random available hero unit in either the town center or any start space. Well, obviously it's going to be the town center. We don't have a lot of heroes that we can use. Actually, we're going to take... yeah, let's do this. I got two that I can take here. So I got Mrs. May Hauser and Deputy Schmidt. I'm going to place them down, and I'm going to roll a d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See what we get. A 5. It's going to be Deputy Schmidt. That's fine with us. So we get a new hero. That is so helpful. So Deputy Schmidt appears here. Now remember, he has got the initiative ability. Let's look over his abilities real quick. Deputy Schmidt showed up back in town somehow. I don't know. Once per action phase, he receives a character action to spend on his unit only. Place the initiative marker on his card and keep track when you have used the ability. He's an Eagle Scout, gets a shift in hand-to-hand combat. He's tough like the Sheriff. He's got martial arts like the Sheriff, so he gets a reroll. He's got law enforcement. That's in a versus game. Not worried about that, but that gives us another action. Okay, next up on that track, we're going to then move zombie tracks. So we're going to start with the highway track. Worst things could happen. They're just going to move there. Then we're going to go to the suburbs track. Again, now Beauville has been overrun because we had to give it up. Okay, and then we're going to go to the forest track. Now this is a problem. We know where Deputy Schmidt's going to go, but the forest track is getting hit. This 2 unit, that's a 3 times Z, but they're going to get a shift of 1 over to the right, so it's going to be 2 Z times 2. They're probably going to kill us there, unless we roll really well. A 6 is not going to be that. So Z times 2, 3 points of damage. They are gone, and they would retreat, but they're not going to make it. So now we got to roll to see if they survive. They do not. They're our 3rd unit in the graveyard, and St. Thomas has been overrun by our Zeds, who took no damage in that attack. That was bad. Okay, but that is it for that. Now we get 2 actions. We have no ammo. Okay, I think Mr. Johnson's going to have to scavenge. Man, I'm so sad that we lost Lucky Strike Mine. That's so bad for us. Okay, come on, Mr. Johnson. No! God dang it. We don't have any ammo. This is such a crisis. Alright, I mean, it's nice to have Deputy Schmidt, but again, it's not saving our butts, that's for sure. And we're down units now, like big time. How many turns do we have left? Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 turns we got to survive before we get to the end card. And then we have to survive that. So we'll see how this goes. I think what we'll do, we got one more. Okay. For the player action, we're going to spend. He's going to spend his leadership to scavenge again. Here with the VFW, a 6. Great. We got an ammo. We're not spending it now though. Okay. Now, Deputy Schmidt. If you're in a town center, it's not that great. It's mainly supplies. So I think with Deputy Schmidt's initiative token, what are we going to do there? Well, we got 2 units guarding Avery Spot except for this one. So I guess what we'll do is we'll move Deputy Schmidt. He can move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to get there with Captain Piazza and help her if need be in hand-to-hand combat. So he did that. We still have our player action and 1 more action left. I could have spent that ammo. You know what? We're going to spend this and our player action to use Captain Piazza's ability of ammo crafting, which means if we spend 2 actions to make a gunfire attack at 0 ammo, and we're going to attack that 6-point unit right there. And since it's adjacent, it's only a strength 2. She's going to do really well. Well, that's not bad. That's a 10. A 10 is a good roll there. So she shot in that space after handcrafting some ammo. She's not going to be on strength 2. With a 10 to 11, it's going to be 2 points on the Zeds. That is good. They're not reduced yet, but they're at least damaged. So if they move that space, the Sheriff or Deputy Schmidt can do some damage to them. And that is it. That's going to be all of our actions. So we're going to leave it at a cliffhanger, guys, because I'm going to clean up and just unspend all of our tokens. There we go. They are now unspent. That is our cleanup phase. This card's going to go in the discard pile. And we're 6 cards away from winning or losing. We'll see how this goes, guys. In the next episode, I think I'll play the 6 turns, and we'll be at the end of this session. So I hope you're enjoying it. Sorry I made a couple mistakes in the last episode. I think I did all right in this one. It looks like we did that well. And yeah, it's kind of tight. We're getting pushed back. I wouldn't say we had great turns. We really lost a lot losing Lucky Strike Mine. That was a bad thing, but we just got pushed back. I mean, it's the way the game goes. I probably will have to send Betty up there to try and deal with that. If she can get that 1 unit next turn, if they don't move up here, if they don't move, I get enough actions, I can send her up here, knock that unit back, and get into the Lucky Strike Mine and maybe get there so Mr. Johnson can rejoin her there if they don't move. And then we can start getting some more ammo, build up the ammo. But that's where we're at, and getting another hero was a lucky event for us. So, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying this. Got some new stuff coming to the table very soon. So, but I did want to play this one out. I love this. I may go on to a next scenario if you guys want. So, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down if you want me to go on to from the basic game to the next one, which would be the Outbreak level, which adds some other features in. You tell me if you'd want to do that. All right, guys, thanks. I'll get ready to have us do the next episode, and thanks. Enjoy the rest of your weekend if it's still a weekend for you, and take care. I will talk to you in the next episode.